play the first one. This is 2 videos. Both of them are featuring the White House spokesman John Kirby. The first video you'll see is his response to what's happening in Gaza. The second video you'll see was his response to what's happening in Ukraine. Play the first one.
This is war. It is combat. It is blood.
So this is how they're fucking acting when it's Ukraine, and then how they're fucking acting when it's Israel committing the when it's fucking Ukraine's people dying, and then when it's Palestinian dying. Like, it's so fucked up how they fucking clearly treat people differently, dude.
It is ugly, and it's going to be messy. And innocent civilians are going to be hurt going forward. I wish I could tell you something different.
So this is the Palestinians. He's like, oh, they're going to be hurt. I wish I could do something.
It is going to happen. And that doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it dismissible. It doesn't mean that we aren't going to still express concerns about that and do everything we can to help the Israelis do everything they can to minimize it. But that's unfortunately the nature of conflict.
Now watch his same response. What his responses to someone asking about what was happening in Ukraine back when that first started.
It's hard to look at what he's doing in Ukraine, what his forces are doing in Ukraine.
Oh yeah, it's
and
hard.
Think
it's fucking hard, motherfucker. Stupid fake
that
fucker.
Any ethical, moral
it's hard, but bitch, it's
could
fucking
justify
hard.
that. It's difficult.
Oh, you're
to
struggling.
look at the.
Oh, you're really struggling, huh? Oh, you're really struggling, you fucking bitch.
Sorry. It's difficult to look at some of the images.
You're such a fucking faker.
And imagine that any well-thinking,
you're such a fucking liar.
serious, mature leader would do that. So
you don't give a shit about human life.
Talk to his psychology.
Fucking white.
But I think we can all speak to his depravity.
Wow.
The emotion for seeing people in Ukraine, white people.
Fucking fake.
Matt, can you send that to me, please?
I mean, it is unnerving how blasé he was when asked about the Palestinian people's lives. And then how emotional he got. And I want to make it clear, I think the people in Ukraine and the people in Gaza and the West Bank are being victimized by an oppressor. This is not an attack on Ukrainian people. This is an attack on the U.S. government's position on one thing that flies in the face of their position on another.
Yep.
What Putin is doing in Ukraine, I saw the images. So disgusting. I've seen images of kids without faces come across my feed in Gaza.
That press conference after the hospital, I was like, I had to turn off the internet after that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never going to be able to unsee that.
So
That
bad.
uncensored footage of
Yeah.
them just literally
So
in a
bad.
pile of bodies of kids. I was like, even in horror movies, I don't see this shit, and this is real fucking life.
There's a video that stood out to me of this little girl. She was like 9, and I forgot what the caption was, but she was hugging her little siblings and grappling with the reality that she was their de facto mom now because both of their parents were killed. She was like 9, so she's trying to hold her little siblings.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Ugh, the video I saw was a little girl too. She was running back in and she said, "That's my mom. I can tell by her hair." And she was sitting down trying to really wrap her mind about what her life was going to look like from that moment on. Like, that's my mom. I know her by her hair. Like, I know that's my mom. That was I can't, those kind of things. I'm not good with it. So when I see videos and stuff, I rather read what it's about.
Oh,
or read
same
the
here.
article.
Yeah, I can't watch.
I can't watch. I really can't.
I know the brutality. I don't need to have it haunt me in my dreams. It's just
Yeah.
Too late. It's just, But see, these things affect us because we're normal human beings. And we also, we think that Palestinians are human beings. We see humanity and suffering. But these folks, they see Palestinians and they don't feel like they're watching human beings.
Literally.
They've already dehumanized them. And once you've dehumanized someone psychologically, that damage that's done to them, the tears, it just doesn't click with you because you've rejected their humanity. Which is why we see this difference, which is why we'll accept Ukrainian refugees, but not Palestinian refugees, because those are not the same. They're just, one is human and the other is less human, if even human. They've been described by Israeli officials as human animals. So it's like some sort of a subspecies, like the thorough dehumanization.
In real time.
He lost all of his, I couldn't even imagine.
And they went there
to
get away and, like a safe area.
Right. Yeah. They said it was a safe area.
Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up, because what people don't realize is that the IDF gave that order 2 weeks ago, actually, because we were on the show when we found out, to evacuate the north. They actually went and they evacuated. They're in central Gaza in a Nuseirat camp where they were told they could take refuge. And they were murdered in an airstrike. So, I mean, it's if you're one of these people who thinks that the numbers are exaggerated, if you're Joe Biden, wouldn't you look at that and think, the optics just don't look good because they're being bombed where they were told to evacuate? Like, why are there so many airstrikes in the south when Israel told them to get out of the north? Like, it's just shocking to me that, like, this is happening and our leaders are just like, how dare you criticize Israel? That's anti-Semitic. Like, it's shocking to me. I mean, it's not shocking, but it's just like, it feels like you're in like this diluted reality, like the Twilight Zone or something, where how could you fucking say this?
Yeah.
Fucking depressing, bro.